was a night like any other, after any other day. Just me and my missus in CSI LA. She was perched on the couch, I was parked in a chair. Nothing's going on, no one's going nowhere. I turned off the TV, turned out the lights, turned to my missus, think I'd call it a night. When she didn't respond, I went to say it again. That's when I saw the state of mind my missus was in. She had her nose inside her Kindle, wooed by the words, her eyes fixated, stimulation stirred. I said, "What's that you're reading?" I was shocked to hear her say, "I'm on the very last page of 50 Shades of Grey." She's reading 50 Shades of Grey. She's reading 50 Shades of Grey. Lord have mercy on the man. This woman's reading 50 Shades of Grey. Well, she pulled me in the bedroom, pushed me down on the bed. "You be Anastasia" was the only thing she said. She grabbed me by my hair, hissed into my ear, "Every time you move, tomorrow will remind you I was here." She's reading 50 Shades of Grey. She's reading 50 Shades of Grey. Lord have mercy on the man. This woman's reading 50 Shades of Grey. Well, I lost a lot of blood, I'm bruised from head to toe, but my missus says there's certain things I simply need to know. Things like pleasure is to pain, what leather is to black, and who knew wearing handcuffs make this whip so hard to crack. She's reading 50 Shades of Grey. She's reading 50 Shades of Grey. Lord have mercy on the man. This woman's reading 50 Shades of Grey. She reading 50 Shades of Grey. She reading 50 Shades of Grey. Lord have mercy on the man. This woman's reading 50 Shades of Grey. They say nothing ever changes if it always stays the same, and life was meant for living, still the name of the game. But if by chance you find yourself out my way, don't hesitate to stop on in and see if I'm okay. She's reading 50 Shades of Grey. She's reading 50 Shades of Grey. Lord have mercy on the man. Lord have mercy on the man. Lord have mercy on the man whose woman's reading 50 Shades of Grey. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jeff Daniels, and this is a fundraiser for the Purple Rose Theater Company in Chelsea, Michigan. It's a professional theater company. I founded it almost 30 years ago, and we're real proud of it. And the whole intention of this is to make sure that when we do come out the other end of this thing, that the Purple Rose is where we left it, with the people, with the quality, with the excellence. And so I'm just trying to keep it going, and because I don't know when we're going to come back. We're like baseball, football, hockey. I mean, when are we going to sit shoulder to shoulder again, you know? Are restaurants really going to have just one person, two people at every 4-seater, 6-seater? What about theaters? I don't know. It's going to be a while. And so this is me trying to help a small business. And there are a lot of them out there, and that's what this is about. And it's a great opportunity to do this thing that I do, actually, which is I do it at my theater company, this with the guitar, and, you know, between Christmas and New Year's every year. We started doing this in like 2001, and kept doing it. There was one year I couldn't do it, but after, you know, basically it's been every holiday season. And it's a big fundraiser for us. And so whatever you can do, You know, it's the thing. It's $1, it's $2, it's $5, it's 10, it's 20, whatever, more, whatever it is, it will help. And so I hope you're entertained tonight. That's all I'm going to try to do tonight. Make you laugh, make you cry, and you're probably already wondering about the hat. You should be. But there's a reason. I don't know, I don't care, long as I can wear you anywhere. You dress me up and you dress me down. You say a lot without making a sound. Some people, they just laugh at me, wondering who I think I'm trying to be. But if everything they say is true, guess I'm just a lot like you. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I recall. Sometimes no matter how I try, it don't matter at all. But this time, all it took was for someone to say, is that your grandfather's hat? You stood out in the crowd, you were one of a kind, the life of the party and never behind. You took it all in with a grain of salt, you took the blame when it wasn't your fault. I swear I can see you plain as day. Close my eyes and I can hear you say, oh, damned if I do, damned if I don't. The hell I will and the hell I won't. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I recall. Sometimes no matter how I try, it don't matter at all. But this time, all it took was for someone to say, is that your grandfather's hat? When I go walking down your old street, I tip your hat to all I meet. You dress me up and you dress me down, you still say a lot without making a sound. Some people, they still laugh at me, wondering who the hell I think I'm trying to be. But if everything they say is true, I guess I'm just a lot like you. 'Cause I stand out in the crowd, I am one of a kind, I'm the life of the party and I'm never behind. I take it all in with a grain of salt, I take the blame when it ain't my fault. I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. The hell I will and the hell I won't. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I recall. Sometimes no matter how I try, it don't matter at all. But this time, all it took was for someone to say, is that your grandfather's hat? those people in the nursing homes. A lot of grandfathers and grandmothers in there. Let's stick to the grandfather thing for just a second. I am now a grandfather, officially. I have a 2-year-old granddaughter, and it's a big deal. Everything that the grandparents who are already grandparents are telling you, and when they're saying like, oh my God, you get, it's annoying listening to them. But it's true. Everything they say is true. And a couple things when you become a grandparent. One of the things that happens, at least in our family, was that there is a committee meeting. And at the meeting, everybody's going to discuss what she's going to call each of us. And there was some concern about me because I kept wanting her to call me Jeff, but that wasn't flying. So they came up with Grandpappy. And I said, yeah, okay, that's fine, sure. Also, the next thing that happened was, as the child grew a little bit, she was like 6 months at the time, they started to babysit, the in-laws for me would take her or we would take her or something. But the last person on the list to babysit the child was me. Not sure why, just felt it. So finally, there was one day, she was 6 months, and they said, could you stay with her for 2 hours? Sure. So I got her in her little booster seat, a thing where you strap them in like she's going to, fly the shuttle. And I set her on the table on the porch. I could see her through the window, it was a mild winter. I'm kidding. I was sitting on the porch. It was summer, and I was sitting there, and I looked up, and this infant was just staring at me, that dead stare of the infant that only they can do. So I tried to match her. I stared back. And as I was staring at her, I wrote this. She's got the strangest little look on her face, looking at me like I'm from outer space. I'm on a losing end of staring her down, and come to night blinking, she ain't fooling around. Something tells me someone just spit up on my shoe. I got them grandpappy's babysitting blues. Good God in heaven, was that god-awful smell? Even the dog is like, what the hell? Is that high-pitched scream a cry for help? Or she just trying to make it clear that she wants somebody else? Something tells me someone just spit up on my shoe. I got them grandpappy's babysitting blues. I made every single face that I thought would make her laugh. And her mama ain't due back for an hour and a half. Something tell me someone just spit up on my shoe. I got them grandpappy's babysitting blues. She's screaming bloody murder at the top of her lungs. I pick up the phone to call 911. And just as my finger was about to dial, God's little angel smiled that smile. Leave it to a woman to know just what to do. I got them grandpappas and grandpappas and grandpappas and grandpappas and grandpappas and grandpappas babies. I make up songs about anything, absolutely anything. Again, this is a fundraiser for the Purple Rose Theater Company. If you feel so inclined, it doesn't take much, 5, 10, 20 more, whatever you feel. I mean, this is, you know, the arts are important. You're finding that out now, aren't you? We're more than just what you do on a Saturday night. We're doing it every night now, whether it's a book, a play, a movie, a TV thing, reading, whatever it is. We go to the arts to kind of help us get through things like this. So the Purple Rose Theater Company is one of those places, so if you feel so inclined. One of the things that's not here right now are sports. Baseball, football, basketball, again, hockey, you know, those are kind of my things that I'm into. And I miss them, baseball in particular, because it's the closest thing to drama. It's that dramatic tension. Lanford Wilson was a great American playwright. He loved baseball because there was a beginning, a middle, and an end. But the one thing I don't miss about the sports thing, and that's watching on television, is one of the commercials, one of the companies that does commercials, Chevrolet. God bless them. They make great vehicles, terrific, wonderful. But they run these commercials, and they don't just make one. They made like 100 of them, but they're all the same. They got this guy in a beard with either a clipboard or an iPad, and he's standing with a bunch of people around a bunch of different colored vehicles, and everyone's going, "Oh wow!" But 3 seconds into each and every single one of the commercials, 3 seconds in is a white background with black lettering that says "Real people." Not actors. Real people, not, you know, them. That pissed me off. I don't want to get all heavy. I don't mean to bring you down, but I ain't never drove no Chevy. Ain't about to drive one now. You see, I've been mistreated. Someone's done me wrong. My self-esteem is so low. My very existence is all but gone. What might you ask? It's the contributing factor. Real people, not actors. I don't want to hear how the world works, 'cause I know how to make a buck. There just ain't no excusing your reason for using artistic discrimination to sell a truck. Don't worry, I ain't into vengeance. I ain't out for blood. God would I give to be able to go up to my local Chevy dealer and just knee him in the nuts. Ma raison d'etre, main benefactor, real people, not actors. As a lifelong entertainer with a lawyer on retainer, top of my list, little cease and desist, which he said is a legally binding no-brainer. Just like Max was a factor, John Deere's a tractor, that bearded little cat who's in every single ad, guess what? He's an actor. It's the daily defamation of your relentless, redundant refrain, aired all across the nation. My little televised ball and chain. Oh, but I've led many an expedition to the heart of the human condition. The last I knew I was as real as you, so stick that up your ignition. Forgiveness comes easy once you even the score. So from now on, Chevy, you can kiss my Ford. Real people. Real people, real people. Yes, that's how I feel. Again, Purple Rose Theater Company, it's a fundraiser. Please help us out. We're in a mess. We're in a real mess. It's a real deal. And stay at home. Stay at home. Stop the spread. Save lives. Do all that stuff. It matters. Even if you do, I went out today and I had the mask going on. I was 6 feet away, and let's just take it seriously. We'll all be back to whatever normal is sooner rather than later. So if we all just kind of behave, let's not go out there and play Russian roulette. Come on. How many of you remember your first car? It's the kind of thing you remember. It's one of those things. He held the rest of my life in the palm of his hand. We both got here sooner than both of us planned. We sat in a silence I swear I could hear, a deafening roar that was hard on the ears. And he told me a good boy always does what he's told. Chips off the block don't go breaking the mold. And I said, yes, sir. Well, he stared out beyond me through the eyes of a teen, to his baby, his princess, the girl of his dreams. He said, without wheels, you won't get very far. You remember a man by the make of his car. And he told me he loved her and that mother understood. Treat her right, she'll treat you good. I was Valentino, I was Mario Andretti, I was K-Line in the corner, John Glenn waving through confetti. A legend before the fall, Bogart before Bacall. I was everything I ever thought I'd ever be. If God gave a gift to women, there'd be a ribbon around me. I was gallant, I had talent when I was in my old man's blue Valiant. I grind through her gears, my baby, her clutch. I push her too hard, oh, I ask her too much. She burns through my oil, eats up my gas. She does 0 to 60 in 2 minutes flat. Her shocks are gone and her heat blows cold. She gets on the highway like she's growing old. But I was Valentino, I was Mario Andretti, I was K-Line in the corner, John Glenn waving through confetti. A legend before the fall, Bogart before Bacall. I was everything I ever thought I'd ever be. If God gave a gift to women, there'd be a ribbon around me. I was gallant, I had talent when I was in my old man's blue Valiant. There goes the jet black Cadillac. There goes a pink Ford Fairlane. There goes a creamy white Mercury Comet. Got the top down that bright yellow Mustang. There goes a raked up Grand Prix and a pinstripe GTO, a Firebird, Thunderbird, Corvette, Stinger. Oh my God, would you look at that? There goes a candy red Camaro. I want that candy red Camaro. I'm stuck behind the wheel of my old man's blue Valiant. Well, I take a deep breath as her doorbell rings. When I see her, my brain cannot think of a thing. Well, I walk towards my old man's muscle machine with my baby, my princess, the girl of my dreams. And I tell her, without wheels, we won't get very far. She takes a look at my big back seat and says, yes, you will. Eyes in my old man. Eyes in my old man. Eyes in my old man. Blue Valiant. Blue Valiant. AM radio. one station. But that station was CKLW. Blue Valiant, 3 on a Tree, yeah. When it rains, it pours. Not only are we dealing with what we're dealing with, but recently, a couple people have passed away that were close to me. Not close to me, but personal. One was Al Kaline, who was a right fielder for the Detroit Tigers in the 60s into the 70s. He was an all-star. He won the batting title at the age of 20, I believe. He was just one of these great baseball players. And as a young kid growing up in Michigan, back in the days, in the 60s, when it was just the AM radio, I don't even think the Tigers were on TV very much at all. And so you listened to him play. Ernie Harwell, And then as a kid, you got to go down there and you'd walk into Tiger Stadium, which is no longer, but you'd walk in and it would just be like walking into St. Pat's Cathedral or something where it just would like, whoa. And then there he would be, that guy that you've been listening about, the guy who got the hit to win the game, who made the catch, who made the throw, got the out, And I sat down. He died early in April. And I sat down immediately because that's what we do, those of us who write. Trying to understand things. The arts help that. Early summer 1964, 9 years old and ready for more. Just like Christmas comes once a year, Tiger Bat Day is finally here. Backyard baseball, I was destined for stardom. When I was him, I hit it over Mom's garden. He was the hero I pretended to be. I was him, he was me. And he was just a ball player, I was just a kid. All I ever wanted was everything he did. Just like him, I reached for more than I could ever be. My childhood hero died today, along with a little bit of me. Well, I clutched my glove, made a shoelace in leather. Turnstiles turn, Dad, it's taken forever. He said, straighten up, settle down. Al Kaline don't take to no fooling around. Smell them peanuts, hot dogs, and beer. If there's a heaven on earth, I got a nickel, it's here. And he was just a ball player, I was just a kid. All I ever wanted was everything he did. Just like him, I reached for more than I could ever be. My childhood hero died today, along with a little bit of me. The man tore my ticket, turned away. didn't need to hear what I was dying to say. Before I knew it, just like that, that ticket man was holding a small wooden bat. Well, I looked down that barrel and I saw his name. From that day onward, I was never the same. And now decades later, with that bat in my hand, some things take a lifetime to understand. And he was just a ball player, I was just a kid. All I ever wanted was everything he did. Just like him, I reached for more than I could ever be. My childhood hero died today, along with a little bit of me. My childhood hero died today, along with a little bit of me. First, it was K-Line, who passed away. Soon after, John Prine. Those of you who love songwriting, love American artists, that was a loss. He's the kind of guy, Prine was, that was an original. And that's what the good ones do in whatever their art. Only they could have painted that painting or written that play or made that movie or, in Prine's case, written that song, written that lyric, the phrasing, the imagery. Lyle Lovett does it. John Hyatt does it. Cheryl Wheeler does it. Stevie Goodman did it. Arlo Guthrie was the first one I saw do it. That was my first concert. Arlo Guthrie, Masonic Temple, Detroit. I couldn't drive, so my parents took me. What is that smell? Oh, marijuana. But it was songwriters that just, are, man, I just was always attracted to it. And when I went, to New York in the 70s, I was instantly surrounded by living, breathing playwrights at Circle Repertory Company off Broadway in New York. And I was turned on to writing and how to do it and how to do it well and the chase that is. Prine was one of those guys. This is a song I wrote that it isn't Prine by any stretch, but I think you'll hear his influence. The best damn pickup line I ever heard was by some guy in a bar south of Harrisburg. Seen himself a woman, she was drinking all alone. I watched him blaze a trail into her great unknown. He sidled up smooth like a man on the make. That empty seat beside her was his to take. He said, "Darling, I know just what you think you're thinking. Bartender, I'll have what she thinks she's drinking." And before she knew it, he was in control. She was the rhythm to his blues. She was the rock to his roll. All he had to say was, "Where do we begin? How about we cut to the chase? Start at the end." Yeah, 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 yeah. He said, "I'll bet you've lived a life best forgotten. You're up for grabs, you're downtrodden. Your past is on your back, your future's too far. Now you're where you don't know why you're where you are. said, if somehow or other they made me king of this world, I'd turn your oyster into a great big pearl. With a snap of my fingers and a wave of my wand, I'd brighten your darkness with a brand new dawn. And before she knew it, he was in control. She was the rhythm to his blues, she was the rock to his roll. All he had to say was, where do we begin? How about we cut to the chase and start at the end? Yeah, 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 yeah. Before she could say a word, he was staring off in the distance like he's broken down and needed some roadside assistance. When he finally turned, looked her right straight in the eye, he said, darling, at the risk of seeing a grown man cry, I don't know about you, but I'd love to live in a place where I'm surrounded by love, compassion, and grace, where there ain't no castles and there ain't no thrones, and everyone's got everyone, no one's alone, where there ain't no hatred, there ain't no greed, the only thing you want is the only thing you need, where miracles happen and dreams come true, and where a man like me, yes, a man like me, can love a woman like you. Yeah, 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 yeah. The best damn pickup line I ever heard was by some guy in a bar south of Harrisburg. God, I'm gonna miss him. Both of them. One of the first club shows I saw that kind of got me into doing this was I saw Christine Lavin at the Ark in Ann Arbor. The Ark is a great venue for all kinds of music, but particularly the acoustic end of things that I kind of cater to. And I saw her go out and kill. And she's funny, which is like allowed, you know. The Oscars don't care about it, but, you know, you sure do when you're sitting there in a club and suddenly you're laughing and you're feeling it, which is kind of what this is about, really. It's about, you know, that the two masks, you know, the tragedy, we're living that, but where's the comedy? We gotta have the brevity. We gotta laugh. We gotta be entertained a little bit. Christine Lavin, Loudon Wainwright, Stevie Goodman, Arlo, they all knew how to do that well, you know. So that was early on for me. That was like, what's that? What is she doing? That is that, you know. Arlo had written a song called Alice's Restaurant, famous song. It's like 18 minutes long, and it's brilliant. It's a talking blues kind of thing, or rag. But and I again, he was one of the first guys I saw, and I just what is that? And so I came up with this. I had that for like 2 years, waiting for something to happen so I could put that event on top of this, much like the people I just mentioned would do. True story. I don't think you can call yourself a real American until you've been behind the wheel of a recreational vehicle. Many summers ago, my wife and I decided to take our, at the time, very young family on a trip from Michigan to Cooperstown, New York, to see the Baseball Hall of Fame. Our mode of transportation was going to be a recreational vehicle that we were going to rent from Lloyd's Travel Land, where the motto was, travel with Lloyd. I knew Lloyd wouldn't want to go anywhere with them, but that's a different story. Lloyd very proudly showed me around, and we settled on a 28-foot Jacob. Lloyd very proudly escorted me into this palace on wheels, showed me how to work the hot water and the generator and how the slide out slid out to sleep 6 comfortably. Everything you could ever want to know about a recreational vehicle. Then he tossed me the keys and said, "Good luck, Chief." I was about a mile down the road when I realized that nobody told me how to drive this thing. So now, driving a recreational vehicle is a little bit like driving a building. So the next time you're out on the interstate and you see a senior citizen, give him room. Pretty good chance he is in a white knuckle situation. I know I was. Now, despite my wife's Upper Peninsula upbringing, she is not a camper. She filled every nook and cranny of that 28-foot Jayco with enough snacks to feed the state of Ohio, not to mention mittens and gloves and scarves. I said, "Honey, it's July." Down the road we went, turned left at Toledo, and after about 7 hours of very tense driving, my wife informed me that we were going to be staying at the Best Western. I said, "Honey, but the 28-foot Jayco sleeps 6 comfortably," and then I got the look, and those of you who are married know what the look is. So 2 exits later, I found myself pulling into the parking lot of a Best Western, where I spent most of my evening looking out one of 2 joining windows down into the parking lot at my 28-foot Jayco, full of snacks. The next morning, bright and early, we got up, not speaking. Down the road we went, and it was at this point that I realized that a 28-foot Jayco full of snacks is going to get about 1.8 miles to the gallon. So I pulled into a truck stop in Erie, Pennsylvania, got out, started gassing up my vehicle, and I heard a voice behind me say, "Excuse me, sir, but are you the guy that was in the movie with all them ducks?" I said, "That's right. Jeff Bridges, right?" "That's right. You mind if I get your autograph, Mr. Bridges?" "No problem." So I signed an autograph to a toothless truck driver who likes movies about ducks. Best wishes, Jeff Bridges. Topped off my tank, jumped back into my 28-foot Jayco, pulled out of that truck stop, started merging up onto the highway, when my son tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Dad, where's Mom?" I said, "Son, do not screw with me at this moment. I'm driving a building." And my daughter, whom I trust, said, "No, she's not here." Now, those of you who are married have some idea of just how much trouble I was in. This goes way beyond, "Oops, I forgot." Then my son said, "Dad, just call her on her cell phone." I said, "There you go, thinking again." So I dialed up her cell phone, and we all listened to it ring in the seat next to us. Meanwhile, back at the truck stop, my wife is coming out of the food mart with 2 bags of snacks, sees the 28-foot Jayco merging up onto the highway, and then does something that to this day we cannot understand. She starts chasing us, failing to catch us. She turns around and instantly becomes the lunatic woman with 2 bags of snacks. For 15 minutes, she tried to commandeer a ride from every Pennsylvanian she sees. They avoid her like, well, the plague. Finally, she sees a young man getting into his Ford Taurus. She jumps into his passenger seat, looks him right between the eyes, and says, "Follow that Jayco." They pull out of that truck stop, start merging up onto the highway. She's sobbing, "Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ." The young man looks at her, reaches across her lap, opens the glove compartment, and pulls out an audio tape of some priest analyzing the Lord's Prayer. That's right, a theology major on his way back to Princeton. How lucky was she? He hands her the tape, says, "Here, he will help you." Down the road they go. Unfortunately, the 28-foot Jaco has found an exit, doubling back, yes, like ships passing in the night. Next thing I know, I'm back at the truck stop. I get out and start to look for where one might, well, leave a wife. In my case, I start in the snack department. And then I do something that to this day we cannot understand. I call home. I don't know, I thought she might be there, I guess. I don't know. Our house sitter was there. She answered the phone, said, "She just called. She's at the rest area 30 miles up the road. Here's the number of the payphone." I called the payphone. She answered on 1/16 of a ring. I said, "Do me a favor, just stay there." 30 miles later, the 28-foot Jaco pulls into that rest area, and I watch this young theology major escort my wife across the parking lot. And he is looking at me with disdain and an air of arrogance that will serve him well in the priesthood. He literally hands me my wife and says, "You really should hang on to this one." Oh, shut up. Now, the kids have been instructed, upon entering the 28-foot Jaco, no matter what my wife says or does, they are not to laugh. So for 35 minutes, we listened to her side of this epic misadventure, with a lot of biting of lips and staring out at the Pennsylvania countryside. Her little diatribe culminates with a remark about how the casting of Dumb and Dumber somehow seems appropriate. In Cooperstown, we are the only family to see every single exhibit holding hands. The running joke was, "Where's Mom?" "Shut up, I am right." Several months later, I found myself out promoting a movie, and as was sometimes the case, I ended up on the David Letterman show. Now, I like doing Dave's show. You walk out onto the stage at the Ed Sullivan Theater, you sit in the chair next to Dave, red light went on over the camera, it meant millions of people be watching. Dave turned to me and he said, "How was your summer? Do anything interesting?" So I proceeded to tell Dave all about the recreational vehicle. Where in the hell my wife go blue? Will my wife go blue? Where my wife go blue? Epic, an epic story, epic misadventure. It's exactly what it was. Still married. I know, right? Well, we're coming near the end of the hour. This has been great. I've really enjoyed it. You can't complain about too much travel when you're doing one of these things, that's for sure, because we're sitting here in our home here in Michigan, and we are scheduled to do this 3 more times. This is the first of 4, and we're going to do them every Monday night, 7:30 Eastern. Purple Rose Theater Company YouTube channel. We're going to do 4 of them. We're going to help the Purple Rose. I'll mix the set lists up. I've got all kinds of stuff I could throw in here. Some will be the same. May do K-Line again. We're playing that one a lot. But come back, same time, same channel. If you liked what you saw, I sure did like doing it. Wherever you are, I hope it's home. And if not actually there, maybe in your heart, maybe wherever. I know I've worked all over the place, so it's rare for me to be here, home for a long time, and this has kind of forced me to, as my agent said, now I know how to get you to stop working, which is, a pandemic. But it's been great. It's been great. I hope it's been good for you amidst all the suffering and the death and all the stuff that we'll deal with in the fall. I hope you're okay, and I hope you're safe, and I hope you're smart about this, because it's once every 100 years, and this is you got to take this seriously. So I hope wherever you are, you're home, you're safe, you're healthy, and I hope you stay that way. Thank you very much for those of you who helped the Purple Rose Theater Company. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been fun. Hang on. On an old familiar shoreline, I found a feather in the sand. As the water tries to reach me, I try to understand. Am I really where I come from? Am I never far from home? When that quarter moon went and spoke too soon, I wish I weren't alone. Well, it's a one and only sunset, and the air's a soft perfume. I can hear the sound of the world spinning round. I can see all the way to you. I can feel the centuries passing. I can hold it here and now. Is my shadow everlasting? Is it holier than thou? I can see everywhere I've been to. I can see who I came to be. I can see everywhere I'm going. I can see the Michigan in me. It seems to me we are what we believe in. It seems to me those who look are those who find. It seems to me we're only what we're leaving behind. Leaving on that old familiar shoreline, I'll hold that feather in my hand. I'll let the water reach me, 'cause I think I understand. The road is best less traveled, and the path unmarked is mine. I'll leave a trail for you to follow. May your light forever shine. Forever shine. I can see everywhere I've been to. I can see who I came to be. I can see everywhere I'm going. I can see Michigan in me. I can see Michigan in me. Good night.